This is my personal longevity bar. Which would you rather have? Would you rather live longer or live healthier? What if you could do both? The longevity bar might help you. Let me show you how.
If you like the healthy tips I share with you, click that little thumbs up button below.
Research shows that superfoods could help you avoid chronic disease and also live longer. And what are superfoods? Well, for one thing, superfoods do not come in a box.
Living longer without chronic disease probably has more to do with what you don't eat rather than what you do eat. Super processed food seems to be the culprit of why America is so sick.
Even though these foods might help a bit,
This is what the rest of your diet should look like. Lots of whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. Do you see any ultra-processed foods in this bunch of deliciousness?
because that's the medicine your body wants.
Even though Hippocrates lived 400 years before Christ, they say he shifted the focus of medicine from supernatural explanations to natural causes. In other words, demons and witches weren't to blame for someone getting ill anymore. They think Hippocrates said, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food." So hip of him, because it's still true today.
These superfoods are only going to be a drop in the bucket if the rest of your diet does not include superfoods. And that means whole vegetables, whole grains, whole seeds, and whole fruits. They don't have to all be raw. Of course, you can cook them if you want. You can eat them raw or cooked.
These will give you the antioxidant capability that you need. Remember, oxidation is rust. Don't let your body rust out and allow chronic disease to enter. Of course, don't stop taking the medications your doctor wants you to have. Always follow his direction. Information from me is just educational.
That's the important thing. Just get rid of those things that are super processed and come in a box. That's really the important thing. I changed my diet about 4 years ago when a medical doctor told me that I had cancer that had metastasized throughout my whole body. I was planning my funeral, but that's a topic for another time. That's when I changed my diet and started eating the foods that I really love now. I don't buy meat anymore,
And honestly, I don't even miss it.
but I do enjoy fish along with my fruits and vegetables.
Now, let's visit my longevity bar.
This is a close-up of my bar. You could call it a snack bar, of course. These are superfoods that I have especially targeted for me. You can personalize your own superfoods by identifying what your body needs. Say, for instance, you have diabetes type 2. Well, there are certain superfoods that will aid that condition. Before you figure out a plan, discuss this with your doctor. This is more of a method of getting superfoods into your body more than anything else. You can just quickly grab a couple of these and
Antioxidant, anti-inflammatory berries.
be on your way. You don't have to go to the cupboard, get everything out, close it up again. These are ready to go. I'll show you what I personalized in each one of these bottles for my specific needs.
So here's what you do. Actually, I use Amazon a lot, but I advise checking with the dollar store first. That's where I got my wonderful little bottle. The no screw-on gasket type lids work super well.
Hopefully, these little snacks will keep you from grabbing something sweet, a cookie or a candy bar, or something that's not as healthy. So to give you some ideas, I will individually show you what I use each one of these superfoods for in my body. I especially like the freeze-dried fruit. You know why? Bet you couldn't guess. Because these aren't processed with sugar like a lot of the dried fruits are. Cranberries are processed with sugar. The dried blueberries, they have sugar on it, unless they're freeze-dried. Trader Joe's has them. It's not a very big bag, but they go a long ways. They have so many antioxidants in them. They satisfy maybe a little mild sugar craving because they're tart but sweet. Berries have a lot of other qualities, but I'm just listing the ones. Well, I put these in my longevity bar because they're colorful and they add a little spark to my snack lineup.
Let's talk about walnuts, my go-to nut.
Walnuts are the nuts with more antioxidants in them, twice as many
as any other nut. So as far as nutrition goes,
these are going to be your best nuts if you're not allergic to them. Here I have some chocolate chia pudding, and some organic cashew yogurt. And I don't touch the yogurt with anything because it tends to go moldy faster if I get any other bacteria in there.
So I just shake it until it works its way out.
Yogurt. I'll add some frozen blueberries. I'll let them sit a little bit so that they defrost just slightly. I probably should have put these on first. So that makes a beautiful dessert. I don't limit walnuts to just once a day. In the morning, most of the time, but not always, I cook quinoa. Another good spice I keep handy is cinnamon, right ready to go. Very easy to shake on here. Sprinkle on some walnuts. Then I'll add almond milk or yogurt. Usually I'll drag it up to my office and put it by my desk so that I can multitask, of course. I found out that there's an entire convention devoted to the study and research around walnuts. Something that came out of that convention was that they found out eating 1 to 2 tablespoons of walnut a day can lower your risk of heart disease by 10%. Now that's amazing. So if you're not allergic to them, put some more of these wonderful little friends in your diet. If you feel the need for a little sugar, try coconut sugar. I feel it's the least invasive of all the sugars. Coconut sugar has minerals and some other valuable nutrients in it. Of course, cane sugar does not. Cane sugar is just wasted calories. I'm going to have a video on cane sugar coming up, so don't miss that exciting video. This is one that I personally take every day as a medication for my thyroid.
Nodules that are checked once a year.
The Healthy Immune Doc likes the kind that is from Korea. Not sure why, but you can get this on Amazon. The snack type of seaweed has a lot of oil in it. It's very greasy. And I don't want to take a bunch of oil that I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's not olive oil. I feel any other kind of oil except avocado and olive oil are unacceptable, especially nowadays because of all the processing they do. These little guys, easy to chew. Course, easy to store and pull out anytime you want them. I pull them out once a day. Maybe you don't know it, but I'm 86 years old and I don't take any medication except for these that I'm showing you. That's what I use as medication. My doctor's good with it, but make sure you check with your doctor before you make any changes. Another one of my favorites. Pistachio nuts. These can help you feel full when you're hungry. They're great for your eyes. I have to tell you that I've been eating these along with pumpkin seeds, and I had an eye exam a couple years ago. Then last year had another eye exam.
I must be doing something right because
The eye technician told me my eyesight had improved. And as you age, you know that eyesight usually decreases. I've been boosting up a lot of these snacks, and it makes them so handy to have that maybe this is what does it. I'm not sure, but why not? Why not give it a try?
be sure to switch your nuts and seeds around in order to get a variety. 1 to 2 tablespoons of one kind of nut should be enough. It's true that most Americans don't get enough fibers, so be sure you build up slowly.
Research has proven for a long time that pumpkin seeds are a known cancer deterrent. And I keep these by my desk. Why do they look like they have something on them? Because they do. I roast them with this spice from Frontier Co-op. I get them on the internet. You can get Ras El Hanout different places, but there are different recipes for this. Some put in different spices. I like the particular arrangement of spices that these people have done. So spices, of course, are also good for you. I sprinkle in a tiny bit of tagine. It has concentrated lime crystals in there, which give it a really nice tang, not too spicy. And also the powdered pink Himalayan salt that I powder up myself when I'm roasting them with olive oil. Try these, you'll love them. By the way, I found out that roasting can increase the beneficial nutrient value of some nuts.
If almonds are part of your longevity bar, it's a good idea to keep the skin on because that's where the nutrients are.
As they say, last but of course not least are my kumquats. These are from my tree. If you're lucky enough to have in your yard a kumquat tree that produces quite well, I had abundant crop last year, so I just sliced them, put them in my oven for the lowest setting, and left them there overnight. They come out super crispy. When I want something sweet, these are great. They're also good chopped up in salads, so you're going to get a lot of vitamin C. Also good for your eyes and a lot of other things in your body. Can you imagine a Snickers bar being as good for you as all these things that I've mentioned?
You may not believe me, but a Snickers bar will feel like sugar overload after a while.
Can you imagine a Snickers bar, chips, lemon drops can be anywhere near, well, they're not healthy at all, so they can't even become near these snacks for you as far as helping you have a healthier life and avoid chronic disease and maybe add a few years to your life, as long as you pair these with other healthy eating, of course.
How can you resist not trying out this idea? And in the meantime, live happy and eat healthy.